Hello, my name is Andrew Abraham. I'm the author of the Bible of Trend Following, How Professional Traders Compound Wealth and Manage Risks. Actually, I wrote this book for two reasons. One is that I wanted to give back as a way to others that people have helped me throughout my journey. And also, actually, it was written initially, it was just for my children. My children have been trading with me since they've been 12 and 13 years old, with the goal to compound money. And what I do is, in this book, I don't sugarcoat anything. It's not a get rich quick or anything of that nature or holy grail. Really, it's to tell you what I actually went through in my 18 years of trading and exactly how I trade. I'm a commodity trading advisor. I manage money professionally. I trade for my own account. And also I teach people how to trend follow. Really, it's written for the serious trader, the people that want to be independent, they want to be able to compound money. And really, successful trend following is not about a magical system or a magical indicator. What it is really, it's about a robust methodology, which I exactly demonstrate and give away in the book. But even more importantly, is the psychology needed in order to, I'll say this word, stay in the game or stay in the marathon of trading. Because the reality is, trading's very tough. You're going to go through periods where you're going to have drawdowns. You're going to have periods that you don't make a lot of money for a long period of time. It's very difficult. So in this book, it's really the truth of what it takes to be consistent and over time successful. I invite you to pick up the book. You can order it on Amazon. It's from Wiley Books. I have the privilege to have written this book, and Wiley has taken it. And I just want to share with you also the table of contents right here. And it's the Trend Following Bible, Andrew Abraham, How Professional Traders Compound Wealth and Manage the Risks. And I've written or dedicated the book to my family, my wife, my children, 3 children, and my mother. And actually, all the people that supported me and mentored me along the way and really taught me how to think and taught me what it takes to be consistent. Because that's really what this goal is consistency. Because when we're trading, the only certainty is uncertainty. We have no idea what's going to really happen. So here is the table of contents. Before the book was written by I'd say a trend following, if I can use the word, very famous trend follower who's been around since the 80s, David Drews. And you can email me at andrew@trendfollowingmentor.com and I'll send you the forward of the book. And it really exemplifies what it really takes. Some of these chapters, can you really make a living trend following? Well, for those of you who haven't read Market Wizards, which I definitely suggest you do, there was one line in there that stuck with me. Michael Marcus is a market wizard, and he told Bruce Kovner from Caxton, who is actually a billionaire now, that yes, it's possible to make $1 million trading. And this was back, I guess it was in the 80s. So yes, it is possible to make a living as a trend follower, but it's not easy. It's not retirement in a box. It's not you buy these trading robots and let it go. It's really, you have to do the work. And then also you have to understand that and accept the fact that you are going to have losses. Why trend following? Well, trend following, it's when you trade without any opinion. When you don't have an opinion and you let the market tell you what to do, it gives you a big heads up on all these people that have to be right, and their opinions are much more important than making money. And trend following, I trade a large basket of commodities. And the fact is that every aspect of our human existence is in commodities. I wake up in the morning, I might have cereal, that's wheat. I'll drink a coffee, that's coffee. I put gasoline in my car, I have crude oil. I pay for it on my credit card, interest rates. Everything is a market. And when you limit yourself just to the stock market, you're negating your horizons. The idea of trend following is bear market, bull market, inflation, deflation. You have the propensity or possibility to make money. And again, I want to stress the fact that it's not easy. that there are periods that you go through that are very difficult and with losses. And that's why I talk about managing the risks. You have to manage the risks if you want to survive trend following. You have to look at the risk per trade, risk per sector, open trade equity risk. I teach you all of that in the book. I give you exactly my trading plans. Nothing hidden. They're based on trend breakouts that were based on Richard Donchian. And one of my mentors saw it firsthand. He'd been trading since 1979. And I look at it, if Richard Donchian can do this over 50 years, till he was in his 90s, trend following, so can I, and so can you. And the other idea is trend retracements, where you have a pullback, or some people call swing trading. The other major chapter is the trend follower mindset, which I talk about the psychology and what it takes and how hard it is, and to think right, accepting the losses, putting fear and greed in its proper perspective. What that means is before you put on a trade, you know exactly where that trade doesn't work, and you're risking a small percentage of your account. What does that mean? Let's say you have a $100,000 account. You're not going to want to risk $5,000 or $10,000 on a trade. That's crazy. You want to risk 1%. You risk $1,000 on a trade, and let's see what happens. Because when you're risking these small amounts, you can accept it. You don't have fear. And sometimes you stumble into some very nice trades. The other cool thing about the book is I have my journal that I actually talk about my trade by trades in 2010 and 11, what actually transpired. And actually by reading that, you can see what I'm talking about in prior parts of the book. And it exemplifies it, what really trading boils down to. There's only 4 possibilities. You can have big losses. Well, I attempt, and I'll underline the word attempt to try to mitigate them. I put stops in the market. But you know what? Nothing is 100% because the only certainty we're dealing with is uncertainty. I can have gaps. I can have limit moves against me. So I try to limit my big losses. But what I end up having, the reality, is I have a lot of small losses. And that's fine. That's normal. It's not like Madoff where you don't have small losses. I also have a lot of small profits, which, you know, I could say, well, too bad they're not bigger profits. Well, that's the reality of trend following. Nothing sugar-coated again. And then the other reality is, once in a while, very rare time, I'll stumble into a big trade. That's what the truth is. Out of 100 trades in a year, maybe 3 or 4, 5, 2 might be very big trades that work. So if I have the 4 possibilities, I negate the big losers, or try to at least. The small losses, small profits negate each other, and I stumble into some big trades. This is really what trend following is. There's a conclusion, and obviously there's a disclosure, because trend following is not for everyone. I invite you to pick up this book from Wiley Books. The foreword was written by David Drews, and it really, I feel very, very fortunate that he wrote the foreword, and he called it as it is. He says he wished that he read this book 30 years ago, that he would have made more money. He started in 1980. He says, do yourself a favor, read it now. This is what the book is about, trying to help you become a better trader, that you can trade for a living. So again, this is Andrew Abraham, and from the Bible of Trend Following, I invite you to pick up the book gladly. And if you have any questions, you can email me. It's just Andrew@trendfollowingmentor.com, Andrew@trendfollowingmentor.com. I greatly appreciate it.